for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently January 29th, 2026. Always be yourself regardless who's praying your downfall, and I say that respectfully. No, it's a trick on me, goddamn. Always be yourself with no molesters. Entertainment purposes only. It's not a crime to be your authentic self, good day, bad day, all misunderstanding day. Yeah. Be yourself. My content is not for everyone. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I actually hope all is well in your end. And I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooks you, they're not to respect you, or love you, or pour into you, or you poured into the wrong cup. Someone didn't see you, hear you, or respect you, but you mad and you're worthy. We're not accountable for your actions, and you don't run from your past. That is just different. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing childhood trauma going into adulthood will never be an overnight process. My content is not for everyone. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube, and I'm far from a hater. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. No, and the shade on me. No, sometimes you just gotta do it, just do it right. Always be yourself. The fact that you caught feelings for someone that couldn't see your reflection. They overlooked you only because they was their own hype man. Only because the whole on 1 second they was pointing the wrong direction. They didn't want you to love them at the end of the day because they was truly faking. Only because they trying to spin the block the day. Only because the whole on 1 second they thankful. They missed out on the opportunity, the LOV, a healthy relationship, all because hold on 1 second, they was one-sided when it came to their mission. How someone will walk into you like to try to disturb your peace, all because you understood converse is different. Being hold on 1 second, your authentic self, something that certain folks ain't used to is real. How folks would try to paint you to be mentally unstable, hold on 1 second, all because you actually knew how to love somebody. Chicks and dudes would come into your life wearing a mask, but only as a hold on 1 second, they fell short when it came to your lack of self-control. What happened to your discipline? Didn't matter if you had a moms and pops at home. It'd be the train of thought for me. How can you deal someone unfair shit, hand or wrong? No, ever change of you dead ass wrong for that weird shit. No, for real, I never understood that. How someone would truly say they got your back. And the first thing they want to do is fumble you. Only because they overlooked you. Only because the hold on 1 second. What happened to you? You talking about God all day. But only because you nothing but the devil. No, and the Jake told me we on two different levels. I'm Naya, genuine love respect. And my content is not for everyone. It's not. Today is currently January 29th, 2026. The fact that your past fumbled you. When it comes to unconditional love, someone try to humble you. You ever been in that relationship at the end of the day, someone thought they was bigger than hold on 1 second. The narrative when it came to their vision, all because they was self-reflecting. It was the hold on 1 second. They didn't know how to love you when it came to pretending. Because someone would really walk into your life, take your kindness or weakness, thinking that you missing out on a blessing. But they was their own weakness. No, ever Jacob, you stupid son of a bitch. I said what I said, No, for real, for real. A motherfucker will walk into your life and think they bigger than the motherfucking program at the end of the day. We supposed to be on the same motherfucking page and elevating the fuck together. Hello, you big piece of shit. It's the trait up with your stupid ass. A motherfucker would test you with the being tested at the end of the day because they their own goddamn test dummy. How you realize you missed out on a blessing with all your lies? Only to be a projection at the end of the day. Only to really be so dysfunctional when it comes to catching your own case. No, ever Drake don't be the stupid son of a bitch. No, for real, for real. A motherfucker would dish you, disrespect you, and then walk around and tell everybody at the end of the day how they was a blessing in your life, but they was truly on a mission to make you feel dysfunctional. How they got so much jokes when it comes to your whereabouts. They said you mentally unstable, but hold on 1 second, God was allowing you to see why you fix your crown. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I would never give up myself regardless who's praying to my downfall. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. That fumble when it came to that relationship. Shorty or dude didn't know how to be authentic. They was faking shit. It be the chin of thought for me. How you talking about you so real, but you trying to blackmail me? The disrespect was loud, all because I knew my reality. I understood faith that you couldn't relate to. That's how you had to be somebody you truly wasn't at the end of the day when it came to your potential. How chicks and dudes would try to monitor you at the end of the day, only because they came up short when it came to common sense. It's the trait, don't be a dumbass strategizing this shit. No, for real, something is wrong with you. No, because they would monitor you, watch you, see how you carry yourself, and try to be you. Hold on 1 second. I thought you was original. You ain't got nothing original about you. At the end of the day, being authentic, because you miss dysfunctional. Now, I haven't changed. You so dysfunctional, you can't even get your shit together in your words. How you miss out on a blessing Disrespect the lesson. Only realize the hold on 1 second. You said that you kicked someone out your life so you could teach them a lesson. But only realize you the same one trying to spin the block. But only realize the hold on 1 second help is not on the way. It be the train of thought for me when it come to your heart. Hey, the chick of me, doctor! I don't want this bitch to have a heart attack on me now. I said what I said. I ain't do this shit. Bringing your blood pressure up. Got your blood vessels boiling and shit. Only realize the hold on 1 second. Get conscious, realize the hold on 1 second. You made a mistake when it come to your vision today. How it's too late. Because when that child of God is truly protected, you would never understand that they was far from being misunderstood by someone that couldn't respect them at the end of the day, because self-love looks good. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You know, you took a risk. Taking a risk on faith. Having hope, that different mindset is different when it comes to having potential. But God didn't make a mistake. We all don't pray the same. They fumble you at the end of the day because your creator is different when it comes to having order in your life. Hold on 1 second. It was never for fame, because God was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. They would never understand how you balance hold on 1 second to understand change. I'm not talking about your pockets either. How chicks and dudes try to rob you your mental because you understood growth is different. Hold on 1 second. Becoming yourself, best self vision of yourself. You know, a leader. You got chicks and dudes that's fumbling you, disrespecting you, thinking your kindness or weakness. But hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to lose you. They praying on your downfall right to left. Hold on 1 second, you fall from bougie. Hold on 1 second, I don't mean no disrespect. And be the train of thought for me. Because you know the narrative is you think you're better than somebody, but you just know how to carry yourself when it comes to get boundaries, not to hurt nobody. You had to heal certain wounds they couldn't relate to. They try to destiny swipe with you at the end of the day, but only as a hold on 1 second, they mislead them own selves with their own issues. Now, ever check you stupid son of a bitch, stay your goddamn lane. You know, when you take control of the narrative, when it comes to get vision, get emotionally stable, can nobody discourage at the end of the day? Even when they got to double and down with magic, even on your worst day, you know how it feels to be restored when it comes to hold on 1 second, overcoming pain. You've been in worse situations since a child point of view. They would never understand the spiritual world is different when it comes to your mindset, healthy habits, the end of the day, because you outgrew the old when it comes to maturing, you know, becoming that adult, becoming your best self vision of yourself. Your testimony is different. You know, they say God not real. But certain chicks and dudes would try to test you to realize, hold on 1 second, they trying to ruin your reputation. But God was showing you why God restored you for all the right seasons. I'm not talking about the kitchen either. I'm talking about the seasons they couldn't relate to, the weather. You know, because God allowed you to balance, allow you to see that hold on 1 second, you didn't have hate in your vein when it comes to your reality. They would never understand that hold on 1 second, you was far from wearing a mask. Hey, the trick on me, be yourself, You know, my content is not for everyone. This is currently my 6th live this evening, and it's currently 10:45 p.m. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect, and we 8 minutes into this video. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Regardless who's praying to my downfall, I would never give up on myself. Regardless of what community, zip code, county, or country, or continent, it don't matter. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. It's kind of funny. Because they said that you funny looking. Only rest the hold on 1 second. They monitoring your every move. But who's really funny? They said that you ain't got potential, but they dissing their own reflection. Only rest the hold on 1 second. You understood motivation. They try to antagonize you, but you truly stepping. They would never understand that God allowed you to see a light they couldn't relate to. That was confidence, gone within, adjusting. You know, because hold on 1 second, let the devil tell all the enemy that you ain't worthy of choosing yourself when it comes to reflection, or because they praying on your downfall. They would never understand how you smile more. You know, you're not running from your past when it comes to taking account for your actions. They would never understand that growth is different when it means hold on 1 second. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's currently 10:46 p.m. We're 9 minutes into this video, and my content is not for everybody. And it's currently January 29th, 2026. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I would never hurt myself regardless who's praying to my downfall. No, the check on me. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the verse. I said what I said. Hi to the genuine ones with no misintentions. Hi, I'm peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. FARTH. You matter, you're worthy. Don't get discouraged by the enemy or the hater. Always be yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, choose yourself. Don't overlook you. Friday, you matter, you're worthy. Saturday, when you fall from a hater, neighbor, we ain't the same, but I respect my neighbor. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather, but I'm getting it together. Sunday, never give up on yourself. When the light's within you, when you fall from a curse, they will never understand the blessing within you. Choose yourself, love yourself. Yeah, you matter, you're worthy. Naya? What's up, Peace? Do you mind if I do my little poem? Go ahead, Peace. You are my sunshine, you are a blessing. They overlooked you, but you never gave up on you. Hater, stay in your lane, hater. Gotta go, stop the violence. Domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, gang stalking. You put them into your book. It's really real. When it comes to gang stalking, individuals will hack your device, your account, your emails, monitor your every move. You think you're talking to customer service and the whole entire time you're not. These fools will act like you received your packages or your mail when you never did. They will try to ruin your reputation when you're trying to prosper in life. They will try to make you feel like you're not worthy of becoming your best self vision of yourself. These idiots will send you spell work, evil lie, have them listen to this told you, or make you feel like you're not worthy of prospering in life. All because, hold on one second, hater, that's all we hear. Hater, that's all we hear. But we ain't stopping the show because G.O.D. got us back. We ain't stopping the show because G.O.D. got our back. I'm a puppet too. I make mistakes even when the enemy's praying on my downfall. I'm not going to stop showing them off of myself because you want me to get discouraged. Gotta go. Stop the violence. Gang stalking is real. Always know that the right people see you, hear you, respect you, and you are worthy. When you're trying to prosper in life, it will always be that one person or group of people that will try to paint you to be somebody you're truly not. All because you understand, hold on one second, my soul wasn't for sale. Thank you, God, for keeping it real. Gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. Today is currently January 29th. It's 10:49 p.m. Entertainment purposes only. No, it's the trick. Don't be goddammit. You haven't minded your business within mind your business. My content, everybody else. Oh, okay. No, have a trait of me. You ever realize at the end of the day when you a lesbian or or you put a name in your book or whatever the case may be, even a straight person, it's the train throw for me. You ever realize at the end of the day you had to be on the same page with someone that was the opposite sex with you so they don't get shit construed or misunderstood at the end of the day? Hold on, motherfucker. You got feelings for yourself bullshit because I don't want to hear that bullshit later on. No, the trade with me. You start talking to someone being a friend and shit. Now motherfuckers start catching feelings and shit. First of all, you just don't call me the gay dyke, whatever the case may be, the lesbo of the friend group and shit. Now you catching feelings. You was talking about me so goddamn bad. It's the trade for me. I can't stand an overgrown ass adult at the end of the day can't even get their fucking feelings balanced. Have the trade me. You talking about I'm a challenge? Oh, fuck you, bitch. Ah. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. The fact that you knew how to correct your right from your wrong, that motivation is different when it comes to your reflection, whether in the storm. You got chicks and dudes praying your downfall. They would never understand that. Hold on one second. That applesauce was truly hitting at the end of the day. They would never understand God's sauce. Have the shake over me. And I don't mean worshiping the devil, selling your soul. They would never understand. Hold on one second. They have to get physical. You believe in the concept they can relate to. That was faith at the end of the day, maturing. I may not make sense to the average person, but being authentic is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. When they say that you whack, you corny, you're nobody. They laughing at you at the end of the day. Only was a hold on one second. He wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Getting discouraged because hold on one second. Someone wants you to feel like God wasn't real. When God was showing you balance, what God was keeping it real. It'd be chicks and dudes plotting on your downfall. They would never understand that you was actually understanding God's direction when it comes to order in your life. Hold on one second to smile more. They wanted you not to balance your crown, but God allowed you to see you didn't have to get physical when someone trying to antagonize you when it comes to self-love. Hold on one second. That's finding potential within you. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. The definition of real always comes out as fake. Or because they not used to someone truly being real at the end of the day. How chicks and dudes would try to test you. Or because, hold on one second, they trying to confuse you. The devil or the enemy, the mad a tax bracket. They would never understand that motivation is different when it comes to your reality. You truly the blessing. My content is not for everyone. They would never understand what God is really cooking up. when it comes to that kitchen, when it comes to certain work, and I say that respectfully, when it comes to your intentions, being strong-minded, and I ain't talking about narcotics. When you fall from faith, they would never understand it was fall from a performance at the end of the day, because it was never part of someone's script. Hold on one second, when it comes to better days, you was never doing it for likes, if you was a cloud chasing or fame, because it's actually the greener side, the grass is actually green on the other side. They would never understand that God didn't tell a lie, because hold on one second, your prayers is different. Fall from rejection when God will show you not pretending. Always be yourself with no intentions. It's currently 10:52 p.m. and we're 15 minutes into this video. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. This is currently my 6th live this evening, and I would never hurt myself regardless to who's plotting or trying to prey on my downfall. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Regardless if you have a disability, a speech problem, or someone is doing a ritual towards you to humiliate you, whatever the case may be, never stop showing up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no messages. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless who's praying to my downfall. When it comes to my creativity, I am not AI. No, here's a trade, though. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. And I work alone when it comes to my creativity. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. No, entertain of me. Entertain purposes only. When you was growing up or whatever the case may be, your guardian, your parent, or whatever the case may be, your mother, your father, you put a name in your goddamn book. You know how motherfucker be like, stay out the goddamn kitchen, motherfuckers too fucking hot in this bitch. Oh, you don't start realizing that shit till you start cooking in your own fucking kitchen. I don't want to say that. I didn't sign up for this bullshit. It's a trade of me. You got the motherfucking fan going, the fucking oven going, and at one time on a motherfucking, regardless to what type of season it is, I understand what they said. This motherfucking kitchen, let alone house, is too fucking hot for bullshit right now. Sit the fuck down. You making too much fucking noise. And the trade over me. You ever went in the kitchen at the end of the day when your guardian told you not to go to that motherfucking pot? It's for later. And only about the hold on 1 second later, couldn't wait too later. Have a trade over me. That motherfucker decided to leave out the house and leave you in charge. That trade over me. You realize to hold on 1 second. You decided to be your own test dummy at the end of the day. Only about to hold on 1 second. It wasn't a rejection. And the check on you. The proper nourishment's winning your body. That motherfucker come back in the house or whatever case may be. Took my, I ain't finished, put the motherfucking rest of the ingredients in the fucking food, and you already fucking eating the food. What the fuck did I tell you already, motherfucker? You tell me have a seat. It's a tray for me. Besides that, what else did I fucking tell you to do? I think it was between having a seat, find something constructive to do, don't go into your pants. Yeah, I think so. And the check in your hard headed son of a bitch is the check over me. I would never give up on myself regardless of praying to my downfall. And I would never give up on myself regardless who's threatening my life. Today is currently January 29, 2026, and it's 10:55 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. My content is not for everyone. Loving yourself is not a crime. The difference between fake and hate, they would never understand our blood type damn sure wasn't the same. Fall from pretending, being authentic. Our originality truly comes from within. They would never understand you couldn't wear, and I say that respectfully when it comes to reflection. How they would never understand how you truly step in. How they projecting a hate crime towards you, trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, energy, harvest off your potential. But God was allowing you to see why you're calling your energy back. Hold on 1 second, it was far from weak. Even when folks think you living in fear. Hold on 1 second, it was never competition because you truly rare. That mindset, the devil or the enemy, they would never understand how God's showing you favor over your life when it comes to gravity. We live in a spiritual world at the end of the day. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare since a child. Folks projecting spoke in a toxic way, dibbling down with magic or whatever the case maybe we wasn't trying to catch a case. How this type of mindset went into your adulthood, they would never understand how you smile more. You got folks still praying on your downfall. They would never understand you wasn't getting discouraged by the enemy at the end of the day. They would never understand that. Hold on 1 second, God is allowing you to see why you fall from your worst enemy. That energy is different. My content is not for everyone. And I would never hurt myself regardless to who's praying to my downfall, who has malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, no mother or father or guardian should have their child stripped away from them due to someone's lack of self-control or because someone wants to control the narrative of someone's life when that's part of someone's past at the end of the day. They not irrelevant when it comes to their future. How chicks and dudes would try to take credit for God's work, that was your child that day. How someone doesn't want your child to blossom on a regular day. How your child knows to take accountability for their action, wasn't running from their reflection when it comes to hold on a second. That energy is different. You know, being mature. It's certain individuals that don't want someone to prosper. How chicks and dudes will try to control the narrative because what someone was willing to step out on faith. And while that door is actually closed, you got someone monitoring someone's every move, good day, bad day, misunderstanding, trying to protect a hate crime, trying to rob somebody mentally, spiritually, or even financially. How this type of stuff actually happens. Someone is being gang stalked, your child. And I don't wish this on nobody's baby because a father's a protector, a mother's a prayer warrior and a protector, as well as a father is, regardless they label him a number. You shouldn't have to ever get a phone call because someone lacks self-control, because someone decided to plot on your child, because someone is monitoring your child through monitoring spirits. Someone is monitoring your child through different avenues when it comes to subjects at the end of the day. How someone said they at peace with themselves, but they're trying to make your child's life so difficult when it comes to them prospering. Better days ahead. How someone from someone's past at the end of the day will have someone monitoring their everyday activities from point A to Z. How this type of stuff actually happens. Someone loses their life. And nobody deserves to lose a life due to someone's jealousy or envy or insecurity. You know, no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding it because someone lacks self-control, because someone doesn't want someone to prosper in life, because someone wants to paint a mother and father to be mentally unstable, not a fit parent, someone that's not worthy. But that mother and father's a prayer warrior, a protector. They wasn't trying to be their child's best friend. They actually showed their child that they had a safe place. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding, even sick days. They try to brainwash somebody's baby and make that child feel like that nobody loves them. Make that child feel like they have been abandoned when they never did, or because someone wanted to control the narrative of a mother and father being unfit. Today is currently January 29th, 2026, and it's currently 10:59 p.m. My content is not for everyone. This is currently my 6th live this evening. My first video went up at 10:15. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying on my downfall. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. No, it's a trick on me, goddamn. Always be yourself. I love to talk about love.
Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you.
You know, the difference with this conversation when it comes to your future, you know, kindness is far from weak at the end of the day when someone didn't have to mistreat you. Someone bringing peace into your life wasn't complicated. Even on your worst day, who would have knew someone's far from pretending? Hold on one second, wasn't trying to project insecurities on you. Someone allowed you to see that you was worthy. Someone allowed you to feel that why you chose them. Allowing you to see that maturing is different when someone fumbles you in your past but don't live in your reality. How someone brought you balance when it comes to peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that energy is different. When someone is actually being pointed in the right direction when it comes to your heart at the end of the day, it's far from pretending. They was never doing it for likes, if he's a cloud chasing for fame, far from a script at the end of the day, because hold on one second, they wasn't trying to change themselves of a blessing. That was a miracle that walked into their life. And yeah, both knew how to treat each other right. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. You gain the love of a best friend, a business partner, someone cheering you on, fall from fake at the end of the day, cheering you on behind closed doors, up close in person. They would never understand that how long God so allowed you to see that someone could truly walk into to pray if you're not against you. You know, someone's trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially. That energy is different when it comes to motivation, a better future ahead. Who would have knew that actions spoke louder than words when someone knew how to love you to pour into you? Or who would have knew that she didn't overlook you? You know, my content is not for everybody. I would never give up on myself regardless of praying on my downfall, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You matter and you're worthy. You know, having hope. It was more so of a risk. Stepping out on faith, fall from pretend. They would never understand your strategy. At the end of the day, that was God's intuition. Continue to blossom, butterfly. They would never understand that, hold on one second, you truly got rid of them. Loving yourself, the balance that hold on 1 second, you are worthy. Even when they try to project, hold on 1 second, insecurity. You got folks plotting on your downfall, right to left, sending you spoke in a toxic way, want you to be bent out of shape when you ain't trying to catch your case. You knew you wasn't running from your reflection when it come to your past. Taking accountability for your action, they would never understand how you truly step in that true love can truly last. You know that LOVE goes within. You got chicks and dudes praying on your downfall because your intuition. You're mentally strong. Hold on 1 second, far from gone. Your elevator works when it comes to hold on 1 second, someone's wrong about you. You know, being authentic, fall from a copycat, didn't have to hate. You knew how to be respectful even on your rainy day. They would never understand that God's reflection is different. Hold on 1 second when it comes to your intuition. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. And healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, brave, misunderstood, but they was just quick to judge. Listening to he say, she say, what a bad reputation. Only was a hold on 1 second. You understood away. You understood to still balance yourself when it come to time and day. They would never understand your uniqueness. Your uniqueness hits different, even on your rainy day. Yeah, you may stutter, you may have a little speech problem, but that never discouraged you from showing up for yourself to keep it real with your reflection, regardless of how to love you, respect you at the end of the day when it comes to hold on 1 second, better days ahead. You know, God was showering you with blessings right to left. The devil wanted to shortchange you when it came to your pockets in a toxic way. But God restored your finance when it comes to hold on 1 second, better days ahead. They didn't want you to put the proper nourishments in your stomach. They didn't want you to elevate to become your best self vision of your reflection. Hold on 1 second, that was your conscience. You know, having a hard year was on your sleeve. But if you never switched up, let alone in between, regardless of the trial and tribulation that was put in front of you, you've been dealing with spiritual warfare since a child point of view. They would never understand that it went into your adulthood, then become your worst enemy another day. Because you understood balance is different when you actually went within and actually pray. You know, you are enough for yourself. You are worthy. Even when folks had to plot on your downfall, they would never understand how you smile more. You know, it's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. What's up, butterfly? A chance. They would never understand the correction you had to make to understand that chance to blossom, to elevate, to look at your reflection, understand your intuition has differently. You know, you had to understand that you had to understand the open wounds that was hurting you, confusing you, hurting yourself with your vocabulary, all because, hold on 1 second, someone overlooked you. The disrespect was loud. They said that you was too much when it came to your crown. But hold on 1 second, you was poured into the wrong cup at the end because you was far from crazy. They would never understand when someone actually hates you today. They would never understand how you truly pray to go within, that you never gave up on faith. You know, continue to blossom, butterfly. You are beautiful. You are handsome. I don't mean to disrespect at the end of the day, but they told so many lies. They wanted you to be discouraged, your worst enemy, to come in your reflection, but you truly was the gift at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, even when folks are trying to point you in the wrong direction. You know, loving yourself. You know, the enemy been testing you since a child point of view. Spiritual warfare was real when you truly understand that dream could still come true. Going into your adulthood, you're allowed to fail. Regardless of importance to you, who would have knew at the end of the day you still be keeping it real. Certain folks has a narrative about you, but you allow yourself to continue to blossom at the end of the day, even when they counted you out at the end of the day, but you still count on you. You know, never give it up was part of your vocabulary. Who would have knew the light within you at the end of the day allow you to see your destiny within, elevate. You know, you understood good karma, bad karma at the end of the day, but you balanced it out to understand that, hold on 1 second, it was never competition, becoming your best self version of yourself when it comes to your boundaries. How God allowed you to see your heavenly mother, Father God, never move their hands off the wheel when it comes to your reality. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, never allow a man or a woman to take your kindness or weakness and threaten your life that nobody would hear you, see you, or respect you at the end of the day because they don't want you to prosper in life. They see something within you that's so special and so different and unique that they projected on you because they want you to be in a mindset of insecurity. Or they see in a mindset of them a reflection of themselves and you, but they didn't take the proper step to choose themselves to understand better days ahead. So they wanted you to disappoint you. How this type of stuff actually happens. Or the jealousy and the envy and the hate be real. All because, hold on 1 second, you knew how to respect your neighbor, even when it wasn't well. Now, ever checked on me? A motherfucker would tell you at the end of the day, you slow, stupid, and delusional, crazy. Today is currently January 29th, 2026, and it's 11:07 p.m. These motherfuckers would tell you you crazy, you delusional, something mentally wrong with you at the end of the day, but they gang stalking you. No, that's the trait of you weird son of a bitch. I said what I said. No, for real, for real. A motherfucker will call you delusional, crazy, stupid, all types of stuff, and they got their own fucking skeletons in the motherfucking closet, and say you the fucking problem. You need a fucking straight body jacket because they hacked your devices and they trying to blackmail you against you. But you got your own skeletons. It be the train of thought for me. Oh, weirdo. It the train of thought for me. Always be yourself. I never lived in fear. Chicks and dudes will cross paths with you. They don't want you to understand and hold on 1 second elevation when you ain't have an attitude. They swear they know you at the end of the day because you understand boundaries is different. You may got a face so strong, but you know how to respect your neighbor even when days go wrong. You know, because you got good days, bad days, misunderstanding day. They would never understand how you believe in your faith. You know, being authentic is not a crime. Chicks and dudes would disrespect you when it come to their time. But hold on 1 second, enough was enough. You understood to call your energy back. Hold on 1 second, you was far from just truly being tough. Because at the end of the day, I actually spoke loud in words. You wasn't running from your reflection when it come to your faith. They tried to antagonize you, but they was playing childhood mind games. Yo, Evan trained off me. They was acting their shoe size. No, Evan trained off of me. Like, skip your ass somewhere the fuck else and leave innocent people the fuck alone. You know, people pick and choose who could talk about God, the devil, healing, trauma, pain, narcotics, and violence, or even discrimination or gang stalking. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to give up on yourself, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. Because someone wants to project fear in you or try to send scary tags towards you or send you spoke or send you the evil eye or make you feel like I think you're not worthy of reflection. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. They said you acting, your corny, you were nobody. They said you acting, your corny, you were nobody. But the devil told so many lies. Far from a hater, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You dissed me, but I still loved me. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I said, just because, boomers, call your energy back. I don't want no negative energy over here. And I say that respectfully. Because G.O.D. damn sure wasn't for sale. And I said that respectfully. Well, it was never for likes. If he was a clout chasing or fame, they would never understand. He was far from thirsty. No, everything. I'm kind of thirsty right now. Always be yourself. And I said it respectfully. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one, and I'm not AI. No, ever trait though. Always be yourself. You know, individuals will see that people may be gravitating towards you or you trying to become your best self version of yourself. They would do everything in their power so you won't prosper in life. They want you to be stuck in a mindset of being depressed, anxiety, PTSD, or crashing out. Because that's what they plotting on you when it comes to your downfall. It don't matter if it's a relationship, job-wise, financial-wise, at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself. You got chicks and dudes preying on your pockets, monitoring spirits at the end of the day, watching how you spending. They trying to create a narrative at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second when it came to the one-sided mission. They wanted you to be in a mindset of lack and hope. They didn't want you to believe in faith, but hold on 1 second, God was woke. God allowed you to see why the devil's being revealed, let on the enemy. Hold on 1 second, we should keep it real. When God removed the mask, they would never understand how you stepping. They didn't have to get out of character, but you understood your intuitions. They would never understand that you was far from sleeping, being pretending at the end of the day with that mindset. Nah, it wasn't within me. I'm far from a hater. It's a trait though for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of threatening my life or regardless who's plotting my downfall, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from my head, just stop the violence in the community. Have a take of me. Peace and respect your neighbors and the you money right around them, you like gotta go neighbor, them, you like stop the violence. Distraction wasn't part of your vocabulary when it comes to God's reflection. They would never understand your reality. It was far from a flex, it was truly a blessing. Far from a curse when it comes to your rejection. You know, because God's rejection, God's protection, they would never understand that certain folks ain't gonna be on your same page when it comes to God's mission. Becoming your best self vision of yourself. They say God ain't real because they trying to have malicious intentions. They trying to hold on 1 second, control the narrative. But God also showing you that don't get overlook yourself regardless of the weather, let on the storm. I got your back. They want you to be so far gone. They got to poison your food, your narcotics, make you feel like you're not worthy. Hold on 1 second. You know, no mother or father, regardless to where their child is at, or even them, if it's in a family event or not, nobody should ever have to put a drink down somewhere and they go for that drink and they never the same ever again. Or they go for that drink and someone did something weird with malicious intentions. A father decided to take his family out and someone slipped something in his drink. He got behind the wheel, thought he was functional at the end of the day to protect his family. But the devil damn sure made a mistake. But God didn't. Because God restored that man, that woman that was behind that wheel that day. God restored that baby that someone poisoned that day. God restored that baby when someone tried to control the narrative and said that that baby was slow, stupid, and retarded. Or because of jealousy, envy, and hate. Because they didn't want someone to prosper. Someone was jealous because a father or a mother bought an updated car. They know how to provide for their family regardless if it came from poverty and pain. Someone wanted a better future for themselves, but someone didn't understand change. You ever realize you over around certain folks that talk about they trying to better themselves, but hold on 1 second, it ain't making sense. Because they monitoring your every move, pocket watching, seeing how you moving. They trying to discourage you, but God's truly watching you. They would never understand how you truly healing when you actually chose you. Regardless if you're male or female, at the end of the day, never give up on you. And I say that respectfully. It should be no reason why a man or a woman or a child goes to an outing or goes to a restaurant or go somewhere and someone dibbles and dabbles with their food and try to hurt them with malicious intentions because someone doesn't want someone to prosper or someone is plotting or someone's downfall. You know, when God restores you for all the right seasons, that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. God restored your digestive system. God restored your mental health. God restored you, call your energy back. No negative energy over here. Because that's really far, that's really whack. No, I haven't shake them and y'all corny as hell. No, for real, for real. It's crazy how someone would say that you're crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded, mentally unstable. And they the ones that's hacking your devices, monitoring your every move. And then trying to blackmail you against you to rob you. Or try to get you locked up or put you in the sideboard and make you feel like you're not worthy. How this type of stuff actually happens. But you fall from, hold on 1 second, fall from fake. Being authentic, that truth teller is different. You know, when God sends the right, I don't push God on nobody, but when God sends the right person into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They act in their body weight, not their shoe size, regardless of case of poverty and pain. That energy is different when someone didn't have to strategize to hold on 1 second, project you to be mentally unstable. You know not to fix your crown because they want you to maintain your smile. Someone's actually praying for you, not against you. That fumble was your past, but it's not part of your view today. That fumble was your past, it's not part of your future today. Even if you get lost in your words, practice makes perfect. Never allow someone to discourage you. Because you have a speech problem. You have a disability problem. Or you have your days at the end of the day. Sometimes when someone is overly whelmed and stressed out, they start to stagnate with their words sometimes. And it's not they doing it intentionally, but it happens. You may not experienced it, but someone has. When you know, you know. I am far from a hater. And I say that respectfully. Regardless of who's preying on me, at the end of the day, I would never hurt myself. And regardless of who's threatening my life, I would never hurt myself. It's currently 11:16 p.m. and we're 38 minutes into this video. I am far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. This is currently my 6th live this evening. The first live went up at 10:15. And I'm far from a hater. I'm on TikTok at 10:15. I'm on YouTube at 10:15 every night on YouTube. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. My content is not for everyone. No, it's a shade. Don't be a motherfucker will watch you, monster spirits, all types of weird shit. So I can't stand that bitch. All right, so go find another fucking hobby. You fucking weird ass, you stalking ass bitch. That's the shade off of me. How chicks and dudes are plotting your downfall. Saying that you mostly distressed at the end of the day because you're willing to smile more. Wasn't trying to get stuck in a chapter of depression, anxiety, PTSD. They would never understand your intuition when it comes to balance. At the end of the day, fall from stress. They would never understand how you had to regroup, overcoming obstacles. They would never understand your point of view. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare since a child. It was chicks and dudes putting hexes on you, doing black magic or witchcraft and voodoo. You put a name in your book when it comes to your reality. Well, hold on 1 second. You're supposed to be dysfunctional when it comes to your adulthood. They would never understand that God was showing you. Your heavenly mother, Father God never overlooked you. You are worthy. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect, and we're 40 minutes into this video, and it's 11:17 p.m. I am not AI, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity, regardless trying to blackmail me against me, and I say that respectfully.
Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a hater, stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you. Far from a hater, stop the violence in the community.
I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. My lip is mad check. I'm pissed. It's a check on me. God damn it. I gotta go. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying to my downfall. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect. And when it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. My soul was never for sale, and I'm far from a hater. When the right people walk into your life, the grass is actually green on the other side. Because these are people that you actually prayed for when it comes to better days ahead. Regardless if you have family or not at the end of the day. How real, hold on 1 second, yeah, it's real. But someone not praying to your downfall when they show at the end of the day. Ain't no snakes over there. And the check of me, I gotta go. Stop the violence. You know, there ain't no motherfucking competition over here. Motherfucker want to see you do good. Great. I gotta go, because these motherfucking lips hate right now. I gotta go. Stop the violence. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect. It's 11:18 p.m. We're 41 minutes into this video. Always be yourself with no intentions. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. And my creativity is not for everybody. I'm far from a copycat. I'm far from a hater. I'm damn sure not no fucking AI. Hello? Are you serious? No. Always be yourself with no intentions. Can't nobody take credit for God's work. It was authenticity started within. They would never understand how God works. You know, you have to worship the devil. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. I may say a curse word here and there at the end of the day, but I ain't trying to hurt myself or nobody. Man, the trick on me. Hello? Always be yourself, no intentions. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, regardless who's praying to my downfall or who's threatening my life, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect, your neighbors, tell about you. Man, we're on them, you like gotta go there, but on them, you like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just because moments. Call your energy back, neighbor. Call your energy back, neighbor. No, I have the strength of you. I want no negative energy over here. No, I have the strength over me. Continue to call your energy back. You're mad and you're worthy. Never get discouraged by the enemy or the devil. They come in all different shapes and forms when it comes to wolf in sheep's clothes. Never get discouraged because someone's trying to do you wrong. You are loved and respected by all the right people that see you, hear you, respect you, regardless of capable poverty and pain. Respect's a two-way street. Because they don't deal with that with magic, witchcraft, voodoo, all that weird shit. They don't got time for that bullshit to kick you down shit. And they damn sure don't got time for gang stalking. Hello? Always be yourself. Gotta go. I'm Naya, Genio Love Respect. Always be yourself. I go live every night at 10:15 on YouTube. I would never hurt myself, and I post throughout the day, throughout the week. I'm far from a hater. Loving yourself is not a crime, and it's not a crime to be authentic. Always be yourself. Gotta go. Stop the violence.